Zoom meeting's going.
Whoop.
And we're going to choose the OwlCam audio. And I'm just going to bring it a little closer to us. And everyone please speak loudly and enunciate.
Okay. We all set?
All set. Yep.
Good evening, everybody. Thank you very much for attending the April 25th, 2022 Lincolnville Selectmen's meeting. We're a little bit late getting going, had a few technical difficulties, but we're on top of it. This meeting can be viewed via YouTube, our YouTube channel. Remote participation is available. If you will go to our website, the web address for that via Zoom can get you in as well. And if you want to call in, I guess you can call tomorrow and talk to David. He'll be back. But let's get this meeting started. Before we get going, Mike, could you read the quote for the evening?
Definitely. There is nothing like returning to a place that remains unchanged to find the ways which you yourself have altered. Nelson Mandela said that.
I'm sorry, can we just pause for 1 minute?
Do I have to repeat this?
Just one more technical thing. I sincerely apologize.
What are you doing?
I just need to start the YouTube stream. And then we'll begin. So
We
just one moment. The internet's just a little unstable. Oh. I'll leave it up to you if you want to just keep going while I work on this in the background.
Okay. Having a little bit of technical difficulties there, but we will get that. We've got our best guy on that. So we'll move on to the first agenda item as the Citizens Forum. This is for non-agenda items. If there's anyone in our audience tonight that has something that they would like to talk about, please raise your hand and we'll get you to the podium. And not seeing any hands, nobody rushing up to the podium, we'll move on.
Yeah, actually, I will just.
This is for a non-agenda item?
Yes.
Sure, if you'd like to.
No, actually, it's on the agenda.
Okay.
Later on.
Okay, yep. If there is nobody that has anything for a non-agenda item under the Citizens Forum, we'll move on to the next agenda item. That would be the administrator's report. Do we have anything from our administrator who is absent tonight? Okay, he's left us in lurch. We'll move on to the next one. Meetings and announcements. All meetings, let's see. Meetings and announcements. Lakes and Ponds Committee, Tuesday, 4/26, at 7 p.m. here at the town office. Planning Board meeting, Wednesday, 4/27, 7 p.m. at the town office. EMS Performance Committee meeting, Thursday, 4/28, 6:30 p.m. at the Lincolnville Town Office. Lincolnville Central School Committee meeting, Monday, May 2nd at 6 p.m. at Lincolnville Central School. Board of Assessors, Monday, May 2nd, 6 p.m. Town Office. Recreation Commission, Thursday, the 9th of May, 4 p.m. Town Office. And the next Board of Selectmen's meeting, Monday, the May 9th, 6 p.m. here at the town office. Are there any other meetings and announcements before we move on? All set? Next item on the agenda, upcoming community events. Does anybody have any upcoming community events
No.
worthy of mention?
I can.
Okay, we'll move on to the next. The next item on the agenda, meeting minutes of April 11th, 2022.
I move that the board approve the April 11th, 2022 meeting minutes as presented.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Is there any discussion? No discussion? All those in favor? Motion passed. Next item on the agenda, citizens petition, a request for a moratorium ordinance, piers, docks, floats, ramps, etc. I'll read a brief description of what's going on with that. A citizen's petition has been received. The petition requests that the Board of Selectmen send this proposal for a moratorium ordinance forward to the voters of the town at the earliest possible opportunity. As we received so few petitions and the statute regarding petitions sets forth required procedure, a copy of the petition was sent to the town attorney. To paraphrase her response, it's okay for the board to move forward with a request for voter consideration of the proposed moratorium ordinance. The following is proposed timeline that will move the proposal forward as requested in compliance with the required statutory provisions. The Board of Selectmen instruct the preparation of a town meeting warrant to include the petitioned moratorium ordinance April 25th, 2022. Next, the Board of Selectmen reviews and approves the town meeting warrant May 9th, 2022. Next, required public hearing advertised in newspapers per statutory requirements. After that, the planning board holds required public hearing May 18th, 2022. And finally, the voters consider article regarding moratorium ordinance request May 25th, 2022, same town meeting as Lincolnville Central School budget meeting. There are quite a few people in the audience, which is nice to see a lot of people come to a selectmen's meeting. Thank you very much. This is an opportunity for anyone to speak on something that may be relevant to this, this article. If I could have a show of hands when you'd like to go up and introduce yourself. Thank you.
Right, so I'm John Pinsence, and I think probably most of the people here, if not everyone here, is here in support of the moratorium. We collected, as you know, 191 signatures of Lincolnville residents who had voted, all of whom had voted in the last gubernatorial election. Probably the lawyer discovered that as well, so, or whoever did the research there. So anyway, I'm just really proud and happy that we have that kind of involvement and concern about how the town is developing. I think that if we'd had another week even, we probably would have gotten maybe another 100 signatures, I don't know. But 191 is, I think there are 2,200 registered voters in Lincolnville. 191 is pretty darn close to 10%. And in the amount of time that we had to do, to put it together, I think it's a very good showing. And I also appreciated the dialogue on the Lincolnville bulletin board between folks who were also interested in what we're doing, but also from a different point of view. And the dialogue was very congenial, and I think it's a good example of how, you know, a democratic process can work if people just stick to the facts and not get into the personalities or anything like that. So anyway, I just wanted to say I'm thankful to have the opportunity for all of us to do this, and I look forward to the process. And if I understand it correctly, Corinne, tonight you will direct the administrator or whoever it is to
Correct.
put it on to the next step is to,
Correct.
I'm sorry, the next step
Up
is
until
to,
now, the process is right. Giving everybody opportunity to interact about it, and then we'll move that along to its next step.
Okay, is that a vote that you take tonight, or?
Correct.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Yes, thank you very much. Is there anybody else that would like to address the audience or the selectmen on anything pertaining to this agenda item? There's no one else? Do we have any deliberations here amongst the selectmen about this article?
I don't think so. I mean, it seems pretty straightforward, the law, just to, as it's outlined in the newsletter, to send it forward to a public hearing and then
Correct.
and town meeting.
Yeah, no, it's, I agree with Josh, it is straightforward, the charter requires it. We made, the 191 makes the 10% of the gubernatorial votes, and, David gave us a good timeline, and, said, let's put it on the ballot.
Yeah, the only thing is maybe I've got my dates messed up, but I thought this was gonna be on for the June, is the town meeting at the end of May?
The one that it's going on
Or we
would
have
be
the
for
two
the
separate,
school.
yeah, okay, yeah, that was it, but no, I think even irregardless of what the topic is, just like everything else, there's a procedure, they exceeded what was needed, and so I think our job is to just move it forward and put it in the public realm.
I think that it's not on the town meeting warrant since we already approved it, and we would have had
That's
to,
what, yeah,
I mean, it's already been sent off to the printers, I'm assuming, so.
Yep.
so doing it on the one that we can affect the change on.
That's my guess.
Yep.
Right.
Is there anything else?
No, I can't think of anything.
I
So-
would entertain.
Sorry, just,
Yeah.
so are we gonna just motion to put it onto that warrant now, or just where this recommended motion was to the attorney, but it seems like the attorney already did her
The
diligence?
attorney already has,
Yeah,
so we go to the
okay.
next step.
So, I move that we add the citizens petition, is there, to the May 25th, 2022 town meeting warrant.
What do you,
Oh,
see this?
oh, 'cause I just see whether it's going to the town attorney, okay, sorry. I move that
Oh, I see.
that the board instruct the town attorney and the town administrator to prepare a town meeting warrant for review and consideration by the Board of Selectmen at our next meeting, that the warrant include the moratorium ordinance as submitted by a citizen petition, and that the public hearing for proposed ordinance be advertised in accordance with any statutory provisions.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any other discussion? No discussion? All those in favor? Motion passes. The next agenda item, resignation, member of the Lakes and Ponds Committee. Do I have a motion?
I move that the board accept with regret the resignation of Karen Federlev from the Lakes and Ponds Committee.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion? No discussion. All those in favor? Next item on the agenda, consideration of special town meeting warrant, Lincolnville Central School budget for May 25th, 2022.
I move that the board approve, sorry.
No, go ahead.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead then. I move that the board approve and sign the special town meeting warrant for May 25th, 2022.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any
So,
discussion?
yeah, my question is that if we're moving ahead on this, but we're going to add something to that warrant with this moratorium petition, shouldn't we be waiting to do this?
That's a good question.
Well,
I just feel like,
Special town.
because we're locking it in right now, but I mean, I understand that it's the actual, the carrying out of it needs to be done, that this locks it now, but that's my only concern, whereas we're adding something onto it. And I don't think that we'll be missing, I mean, I'm not trying to throw a gum in the works, but it just would make sense to have this be taking place when we have the whole warrant finalized and approved.
So my understanding, hold on, we were having internet problems in Lincolnville. Okay, my understanding would be that it would be a separate warrant, but it would be on the same day. Is that your read on it?
Correct.
So it's just back to back.
Correct.
Okay, I just,
Correct. It wasn't,
Wanted to
it's
just
a
make
separate
sure.
warrant, it's not on the same warrant.
okay.
Okay, so moved and seconded. Any discussion? You good?
Thank you.
Okay, all those in favor? Motion passed. The next item on the agenda, application for pole location permits by CMP. There are two of them, one on Broadus Road and one on Green Acre Road. pretty straightforward.
Mhm.
I'd entertain a motion.
I move that the board approve and sign the location permit, CMP work order number 801-000-455-806, for a new pole to be located adjacent to the Brodus Road.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion?
Nope.
No discussion. All those in favor? Motion passes. I would entertain a second motion.
I move that the board approve and sign the location permit, CMP work order number 801-000-456-262 for a new pole to be located adjacent to the Green Acre Road.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion? No discussion. All those in favor? Motion passed. Next item on the agenda, broadband update.
Yeah, so we had a broadband meeting on Thursday. We had an update. It's just ironic that we keep getting kicked off of our internet here.
It's needling you, isn't it? Yeah.
It's mocking me.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had an update from Mark Roulette, who's doing our feasibility study, and he's working hard on the study. I'm trying to think of any specifics of.
Sure. So, we came to a couple of action items where we're gonna start doing drive-arounds in the next couple of weeks, just to assess the physical infrastructure of what we have in town. And we're also going to shift some focus onto, looking into and applying for grants that are available that are coming up in September. So we're, really just starting to get into the work of it, and we'll probably just be mentioning this at every update. You go to the town website, under announcement, there's a link for you to test your internet speed, and it just helps us to kind of get some mapping and some information that's going on. And we do, our next meeting for broadband it's on May 12th at 6 p.m., and we'll be announcing that, again, in the future as well, so.
So I got a couple of questions.
Sure.
So
Yeah.
is there a timeline on the speed testing? Did we?
No,
you
it's,
guys put us.
that's gonna be something that's just cumulative, so, which is good, it's not something that has a hard deadline. It's more of like, think of we're building a file or a map,
Okay.
really. We're trying to build a picture of what people get in the town, irregardless of where it's from. So just like a road map, we have a nice little map to see what coverage there is and what speeds people are getting, so.
And what's helpful about having lots of speed tests from people around the community for Lincolnville, and if I can get it up here, I'll bring up the actual map from the Maine Broadband Coalition. It's helpful because the current maps showing Lincolnville's broadband speeds across the town, as well as other towns in Maine, are not necessarily accurate. And so the way to get accurate data is simply to ask people to take a test. And so if they take a speed test through the Maine Broadband Coalition, which the link is on our town page, if I can get it to load, you take the test, you say where you live, what your street is, and then afterwards you actually see, it's not loading, you'll actually see a map of all the different speeds around the town that you choose. So you can put in specifically Lincolnville and look at all the different speeds around our community. And so that can help us with applying for grants, and
And it helps with our study too that we're doing, so
Yeah.
it just helps us all around.
So the information so you guys said you're gonna do a drive around. Is that information something that Axiom has asked you guys to do, or in conjunction with their?
It's recommended, but it's also, Steve Hand, kind of volunteered for it and brought it up. It's just, we're trying to be proactive with everything, so that, we had like a little bit of a latency period in the last few months, just we weren't able to meet. And with grant season coming up in September, we just wanna make sure that there's nothing that we leave unturned.
Steve, can you come to the only other question I have is, what kind of information are we gonna have in that?
Well, we'll see the physical infrastructure, but I'll let Steve talk, cause he's
Okay.
an expert in this, so.
Steve Hand, drive testing is basically, we're gonna drive down every town road and look at every pole, and we're looking to see if there's attachment of fiber to the pole. This is something that's not specific to our project, to the company I work for, we actually do it all over the country. And you actually map out and say, the carrier is telling us X, our research is telling us Y. Where do they cross over? Where this is most important is when we go to apply for grants, we need to be able to show what our actual coverage is in town. If we fall below, an exact number, like below 30% or above 30% is not covered, we're much more likely to get grants, et cetera.
Understood, okay, perfect, thank you guys. Is there anything else on that?
Yeah, I got a question, just on the mapping. Is the Connect Main site, are they getting, as you said, I'm glad you said it, not me, because I didn't want to discourage anybody from entering in their information. It's not the most reliable data set out there. And everybody's known that for the last 5 years, that's
Yeah.
not good data. Are they getting any better? Are they working on improving their system? Because money is contingent upon that data, of course,
Right.
in those maps. Is there a push at their level that you know of for them to tighten up their system so it's more accurately reflects?
That's something that I
didn't know.
can't speak to. Yeah,
Okay,
I
I thought,
don't know, but at least for our town, this is
yeah,
this is
yeah.
our one way of
It's our shop, I understand, yeah.
making
Yeah.
of getting the correct data,
Yeah.
and at least we can advocate with that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
got it, thanks.
You all set? Good to go. Okay, if we don't have anything else, we'll move on to the next item on the agenda. Confirmation of town clerk appointment of election warden for June 14th, 2022.
I move that the board approve the town clerk's appointment of Dave Kinney as election warden for the June 14th, 2022 election.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion? No discussion? Okay, all those in favor? Motion passes. Next item on the agenda, the selectmen updates. Josh, outside of broadband, do you have anything?
Yes, the MRA, the Maine Maine Resource Recovery Association, is hosting a solid waste seminar. I think it's May 9th at the Hutchinson Center. So I'll be attending that. Hopefully you can attend, and
Yeah.
other people from our Mako Solid Waste Board of Directors can attend as well. I love talking trash, so really excited to attend.
Well,
Of course.
along those lines, did you see the big headlines you got in this month?
No.
Oh. They mentioned Kern by name, yeah. And,
Nobody mentioned me by name, not even anybody in my
okay,
home.
I must have been dreaming.
Anything from you, Mike?
No, I don't have anything at all.
Jordan?
No.
And I know this sounds funny, but I have nothing. So we'll move on to the next agenda item, treasurer and payroll warrants.
I move that the board approve and sign the treasurer's and payroll warrants.
Second?
Moved and seconded. Any discussion? No? No discussion? Okay, all those in favor? Motion passes. Before we entertain our final motion of the evening, is there any other business that we, anything?
Not that
We
I can
good?
think of, just can't pass this meeting, I think.
Okay. I'll entertain a final motion.
Move to adjourn.
Second.
Motion is seconded. Any discussion? Shortest meeting in history.
Doing
This-
what?
All those in favor?
There you go.
Get him out of here, we get something done. Alright, we got some stuff to sign,
Yep.
guys.
Very
Have a good
frustrating.
night,
This,
everyone.
the internet
Thank you very
isn't
much.
good
Yeah.
enough.
Thanks
Well,
for
it's
coming.
weird.
Thank you.
I'm wondering, cause
Okay,
And I don't know
Yeah,
anything about,
that's good to know.
I just have Apple for the first time, but whenever I have trouble, I just restart. And it usually tends to,
Is that all?